everyone, today I'm going to read a story. The title of this story is I'm the Small One. I'm smaller than everyone else my age. In the hall at school, the bigger kids sometimes bump into me or step on my toes. Sorry, Sophie, I didn't see you, they say. At the playground, little kids always want to play with me. Some even try to boss me around. Don't climb up that big slide, little girl, one kindergartner warned me last week. You might fall and hurt yourself. I think I'll be okay, I said. She watched me slide down, her mouth gaping open. My best friend Casey is one of the tallest kids in second grade. Her legs are so long that when she walks, I have to jog to keep up with her. Sometimes grown-ups ask her, "Who's your little friends?" And one day while I was over at Casey's house, her grandma thought Casey was babysitting me. I used to try to make myself taller. I hung from the tree in our backyard to stretch out my limbs. I even ate my vegetables, all of them. But I never seemed to grow. Don't worry, Mom said. Being tall, being small have its perks. Did it? I never noticed any. One day, Mrs. Alvarez told the class that we'd been putting on a spring play. I practiced all the lines before the audience, but I never got a chance to deliver them. As soon as I walked on stage, Mr. Alvarez cried out, "Sophie, you're the perfect as the elf. You're just the right size for the costume." When the audience were finished, Mom was waiting outside for me. "Mr. Everest made me an elf," I grumbled. "I don't want to be in the play anymore." "Oh, honey," she said, "I know you didn't get the part you want, but I also know you love acting. I'll bet you'll be the best elf in the play." That won't be hard to do, I thought, since I'm the only elf in the play. Mia got the lead role, a girl walking through the fairy forest in search of her lost dog. In the last scene, she finds a box under a giant mushroom. When she opens it, guess what jumps out? Mrs. Alvarez's dog, Prince, played the dog role. She brought him to all the rehearsal. He liked all the kids, but he seemed to like me best. That night of the show, my first line came early. "Let's ask the fairy queen." Dramatic stuff. At the end, when Mia opened the box, Prince jumped out as planned. He jumped into the giant mushroom, though, which fell over. Then he leaped off the stage and disappeared underneath it. Mrs. Alvarez called him, but he whimpered and refused to come out. The light came on the theater, and the audience started to fidget in the seats. The entire class gathered at the edge of the stage. "How are we going to get him out of there?" Mrs. Alvarez asked. "I'm small enough to squeeze under there," I said. "I'll get him." I crawled through the dust and the cobwebs. beneath the stage until I reached Prince. As I talked to him softly, he licked my face. When we emerged together, the audience clapped and cheered. In fact, we got more applause than the stars at the end of the show. My parents were proud, and so was I. After that, I stopped worrying so much about my size. In fact, I decided that Mom was right. Being small has its perks. Who is telling the story? A narrator, not in the story. A mother in the story. A younger in the story. A teacher in the story. I should see which sentence from the story best show how Sophie felt about the part she got in the play. I'll bet you'll be the best elf in the play. Sophie, you're the perfect as the elf. Sorry, Sophie, I didn't see you, they say. Mrs. Alvarez made me an elf, I grumbled. I should see which word Casey's grandmother thinks that Casey would babysitting me, Sophie. Casey is so much taller than Sophie. Me. Casey is so much gamer than Sophie. Casey is too much smarter than Sophie. Casey is so much friendlier than Sophie. I just I. What causes the audience to clap and cheer for Prince and Sophie at the end of the play? Sophie helped Prince out from under the stage. Prince licked Sophie's face. Sophie and Prince are the main character in the play. Sophie catches Prince just before he fell off the stage. I choose A. Sophie wants to audition for the play. Why does it mean to audition? Audition. To put on a play with a group of friends. To try out for a new role in play. To watch group people put on a play. To work with and care for animals in the play. I should be which of the following sentences from the book show that the story is told from the first person point of view? Mrs. Everett's dog played the dog role. Mia got the lead role, a girl walking through a fairy forest in search of a dog. I used to try to make myself taller. Sometimes grown-up actor, who's your little friend? I choose A. Who is the main character in this story? Prince, Mrs. Everett, Mom, Sophie. I choose D. Why does Sophie say, in fact, I decided that Mom was right. Being small has its perks. She has a long conversation with her mom about her childhood experiences. She is only small enough to squeeze under the stage to save Prince. She gets to play with Prince at all the rehearsal. She is able to squeeze into the box that Prince jumped out of during the play. I choose B. Why is Sophia chosen as the elf in the play? She was the right size for the costume. She's the best actress for the job. She is the only one auditioning for the elf role. She is the only girl in the play. I choose A. In the story, Sophia said, I hung from a tree in our backyard to stretch out my limbs. What are the limbs that Sophia trying to stretch? Clothes, tree branches, costumes, arm and leg. I choose D.
Click on the items with the red X and find a better answer to improve your score and earn more stars. Use the book as you take the quiz to help you find the best answer. When finished, click Done.
I got 9 of 10 correct. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.